And today we're gonna do a little bit of more stretching. So I started to realize that a lot of you are very stuck. And I wanna start kind of dislocating. It's kind of like taking your arms out, taking your legs out, so you can understand that you're individuals with body parts that are not all molded into one. And that's what's happened to a lot of you. Your neck, your head, your shoulders, your back, everything is. So that's what we're gonna do, okay? So I'm gonna set my Siri timer and we're gonna do a 30-minute. It's gonna be a little breath work. You're gonna keep your eyes closed. We're gonna take you through a moment. And so I'm hoping that I can also start taking you through meditations. So today we'll close our eyes. We're not gonna get up. You'll get everything you need right now. You need a towel, and if you wanna lay back on a pillow, and if you wanna have some water next to you, and just prepare. Because I'm gonna start helping many of you learn how to meditate on your own. It's the best meditations are when you're by yourself. That's when magic happens. In here, you are by yourself. You're at home by yourself. So if you right now just act like we're not even there. We're just sound and noise in the background. It's like you're sitting at the beach and you're looking out in the ocean and you could hear like a couple talking back there. You can hear children running back there. You might hear a helicopter go by. You might hear cars, but that's okay. They're just there. And we're just gonna leave them there because these distractions have been distracting you. And now we're gonna learn that these distractions don't belong to us. So that's what we're gonna practice today. Tammy, Tammy just gifted 5 subscriptions. I wonder how that works, Ulf. On TikTok. Yeah, how does that work? She just randomly gives them to anyone. That's so sweet. Tammy, I love you. And I'll talk to you guys TikTok as soon as we're done here, okay? We always have fun at the end. All right, my loves. So everybody go ahead, lie down, rest your head. My little babies. Welcome to my green room, TikTok. What's actually pretty funny, TikTok, is that they don't see me in a green room. They see me in this office space with the city lights. So welcome to my city. We're going to prepare. The first thing I want everyone to do is just extend your legs out all the way in front of you. Push your feet all the way out in front of you. Just straighten it out. Now listen, this is what happens. The minute we start to straighten our legs, all of a sudden we'll notice our hips kind of get involved. Our belly doesn't sit on the floor anymore. Some of you have arches. So what I want you to do is remember that when our legs are out, we're gonna slowly find our inner thighs, and our goal is to square our feet. So, hey Siri, set my timer 30 minutes. Oh shit. I can't. I forgot I'm using my phone. Okay, I know what to do. We will stop at 10:55. All right, my loves, as you're laying there right now with your legs out right in front of you, we're gonna do a little scope. So what are we scoping right now? Our feet. We're scoping the bones of our hips. We're scoping our shoulder blades. So what I want you to do for about 5 or 6 breaths is just bounce your knees. You're going one up, one down, just kind of shaking things around. When I bounce my knee, it's almost like I just kind of pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And as I do this, I'm just kind of shaking it out, trying to land my stomach, trying to land my shoulder blades. And we're gonna focus on breath. Stop for a second, and I want you to flex, and I want you to point. Now, your back will already tell you if you're uncomfortable. So if you want to add an extra pillow underneath the bottoms of your feet to raise it just a bit, you can do that too. So you can grab it right now. Open up your palms. Open up your heart. Expand the fingers that we use every day. We're clench those hands, we're typing. You know that one hand, the one that you text with the most, is always going to feel a little tighter. So I want you to start opening and closing your hands. Inhaling as I open, exhaling as I close. Inhaling as I open, exhaling as I close. I want the rest of your body, when we're focusing on just our hands, the rest of your body turns off. But there's one place today that's not gonna turn off. 2, your breath is gonna be continuous, and your navel. So there's a space between my navel and the ground. And there's a space between my navel and where I pee. We're gonna call that the 2 places that meet the navel. Where I pee, and under the navel to the floor. That's just my navel, right? Then we have our tailbone, and that's usually off the ground. So if I start to focus on just opening and closing my hand, every time I breathe out, my navel. So even though I'm expanding my hands and closing, I'm still gonna focus on the navel, where I pee, and where the navel hits the ground. So first, leave your hands again alone. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold your breath for a moment, and I want you to gather your navel, suck it in, and breathe out. So when you inhale, you're gonna let your belly relax. When you exhale, you're gonna pull the navel into the earth. But how do you pull the navel? Just the navel by itself? No. I recommend before you get to the navel that you go to where you pee. So what if, right where we pee, we focused on that first? So again, take a deep inhale. And this time, hold your pee, give it to your navel, and breathe it out. So it's an inhale, letting go, holding the breath, holding the pee, push it in, and tuck very slightly so it feels like you're holding your pee, you're lifting your gift a bit. And what you feel is your navel, tailbone pushing into the earth. So we're gonna do that for 1 minute. Keep your rib cage out of it. When I breathe in, I'm filling up cold air from nose, belly, chest. When I hold my breath, I go to where I pee-pee, to my navel, to the ground. You'll notice every time you try to gather your navel, you're gonna start feeling like you're shrugging your shoulders. That's why this is a under the rib cage pulling in. So the only time you pass the rib cage is when you inhale. The chest rises, and then I go below the navel. We're gonna start moving the arms. Inhale, arms come to the center. Exhale, arms go behind over our head, not touching the palms. Feel the navel, the navel. Keep the arms right there. Inhale. How do I bring my arms back? Through my stomach, pushing through the navel, pushing down on my shoulder blades, and keeping the arms straight. Inhale, going back. Holding it. So the breath today, anything we move, we will be focusing on our solar plexus and sacral and root. So we will be breathing through these three areas, our tailbone, our navel, and where we pee-pee from. All invited in. The next time I go inhale up over my head, I'm gonna exhale forward, same thing, but this time I'm gonna slide 1 foot in at a time where I can feel all 4 corners of my feet. I can feel my shoulder blades on the ground, tailbone on the ground. Continue the breath. Inhale. You're on a surfboard. Your tippy toes, your inside feet are not pressing, but they're there. You know what's pressing? Your navel. So your feet are almost hovering, but you can feel all 4 corners of the feet, the outline of the feet. But everything right now that you're moving is through the core, the shoulder blades. You're feeling good. The next time you come in, exhale. I want you to grab that towel and let's put it right behind the back of your knee. You're gonna hold the sides of the towel in your hand, bend the knee, and if you can, extend the right leg. You don't have to. If you don't have a towel and you've been doing these, you can put your hands right on top of your shin. I don't yank in. My back is always flat. Anytime I involve my hips, I suck the navel in. When I'm ready to let it go with the towel, I just gently take it down. My lower back touches the floor the entire time. Bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. If you have the towel, you're just pulling through. You can keep your feet here. Don't even worry about it. The most important part right now is that your tailbone, your navel, and your shoulder blades are on the ground. Push in. This time, I want you to take that towel from the back of the knees, hook it to the ball of the foot, lengthen. If the right leg is uncomfortable, you can keep it to the floor. You're pushing through. Don't try to straighten your knees today. Do the best you can. You want to feel from the butt all the way to the heels. We're opening a flow. Go ahead, hold the towel, but don't overextend. Keep those shoulders down. And we're going to start to hold the towel with our left hand. Drop the right. Stay flexed. Bones of the hips and back are down. Navel is involved. Inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna gently let the inner thighs open out slowly. The right side stays flat. You only go to the place you can because you have to bring it back. As I open the legs out, I inhale. And I'm gonna stay on my exhale and just feel the stretch. I'm gonna always bring it back through my center. I'm gonna replace the hands with my right, and I'm gently dropping my left. I'm gonna tighten my right leg so I can cross the left over the right. Nothing comes off the ground, guys. Your shoulder blades stay down. I'm pretty flexible, so please know that you don't have to look like me. We're all here to be unique. Come back to the middle. Let the knees bend for a moment. Extend it back. Drop that right hand. We're going to keep replacing the hands. Shoulder blades. On that exhale, we're going to let it stay out for a moment. We're going to feel it. Inhale, bring it back. And remember, just focus on keeping that lower back out of it. You are utilizing your stomach. And we're just flowing. Slowly. And you know what's really cool about this is that the right leg that's on the ground, if I extend and I really tighten it, it literally becomes like an anchor. So I get to anchor it all the way through. Every time I come back to the middle now, I'm going to bend it, extend it, and take it through. Now try to, the leg that's extended, that right one, try to tighten it really tight. Squish it. Make it like an anchor into the floor. Let's get the chi energy moving through. Inhale. And just focus that every movement is with the breath. Our sacral solar root. Tighten that butt cheek, guys, when you're crossing, and make sure the shoulder blades stay flat. I want you to squeeze your navel. And just let's do a few more. Take your time, my little babies. Take your time. Just take your time. Focus on breath. You know, even if you did this just for even 5 minutes, let's say today you came in here and you were like, I don't have a whole time. Come back to it. It's going nowhere. It's going to be here. Whenever you're ready, I want you to come back, bend the knee, drop it, slide the other one in. Remember, these little guys right here are hip flexors. Keep them out of it. So even when I extend my legs down, even when I do this, I don't involve my hips. They didn't, what did they do? Music not allowed. Oh, music is not allowed. It's okay. It says music is not allowed. So what happens now? Can you hear music on yours?
Just restart it again. I will restart the
Keep going, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, everybody. Go ahead and let's take the towel and hook it up to the right. And again, keep the bones of your back flat. And just stay right there. Remember, guys, we're going to put the towel first behind the back of your knees. And you're going to gently hold on to it just for a moment. And again, I really want everyone to focus on their lower backs. I want you to focus on keeping that alignment. See, alignment is so important right now because we're stretching. So right now, you should feel the two bones behind the floor, on the floor. The two little bones that you have under your back, you should feel those right now. So when I pull this in, I'm not trying to pull it in from my hips. I'm trying to pull it in from my lower back feeling flat. So when you hold the towel, it's a really yummy stretch. Keep your eyes closed. I'm glad you guys are, I'm glad your eyes are shut. I laugh because, you know, when you tell people, oh, you should meditate, and we all wonder, like, when can we ever meditate? Let's take the towel and put it behind your right leg now. Personally, I can tell you myself, recently, like probably in the last 6 months, on. They muted us, that's why.
No, it's not muted.
Oh. Just stay right there for a moment. And just find the back of your legs, guys. Sorry, when Ulf gets out, I'll be able to talk to you guys. And just keep that towel there. You'll notice that when you hold the towel, you'll find places around your butt, the back of the knees, your calves, your ankles. So what I was going to try to tell you guys is the last 6 months for me, my sensory perception is so heightened. I can even hear what the neighbors are thinking. And so I live in a household with very loud people, extremely loud. My husband is, not my kids, my husband. He's very loud and big moves and, you know, just turns a light on. You know, they're respectful now. They think about me. But if you're dealing with maybe some, like you just want to lose it, that's your sensory. I've been really trying to be kind about it and not yell at my family. Let's hold it with the right hand. And I want to remind you that when we do open up our thighs, we open through the inner thigh. If you notice my feet are flexed, you don't have to go all the way out. Don't come in here anymore, please. I beg you, from my heart. If you love me, you'll never come back for another 10 minutes. Thank you. And then we go across, slow and controlled. So while we're stretching, I want to talk to you about this, okay? You have to remember that you're living with people that are not like you. That's something I've learned. I go into my bathroom some days and I cry. And I say to God, like, why did you make me so sensitive? Like, why can't I be like everyone else? I want to be like these 3 people in my home. Just walk around, act like nothing's going on. But I don't. I can't even watch a TV show without analyzing it anymore. And so I want you guys to know we have to be a little kinder to the people around us in our circle because they don't get you. Just because you gave birth to kids doesn't mean they're like you. God implanted seeds in all of us. We are all individuals here. Yes, there is a genetic, but your genetics are not always going to make you everything you are. So everybody's here for an individual. And that's why I don't force anything. I used to force it, but not anymore. But I recently been craving silence a lot. So I don't know. That's something new for me. I don't know if it's you guys have been, I don't like silence. I never like to be in silence. Now I look for moments of silence as much as I can. And that's where I heal. So I'm not like mad at everybody in my house constantly. You can heal this way. So just remember, you're on a journey. It feels kind of lonely. People think you're crazy. The things that I tell my family, they absolutely, I'm sure they probably think like when it happens, they're going to be in shock. But it's hard. It's hard for them to understand us. So remember, be kind. If you want people to get you, you just have to be kind. And explain yourself. Like I told my family, do not walk into the room and just turn the lights on. It actually angers me to the point where it's crazy. You know, just tell me when you're going to turn the lights on. Tell me when you're going to turn the lights off. Tell me if you have, don't jump in my room all of a sudden. And that's what he does. Because he's having fun in his mind. He's just joking, having a good time. And I'm literally in chaos mode. Because I might have seen something. I might be talking to a spirit. I might be in a moment of downloads, because I'm not a normal human. I'm very metaphysical. And in the last few years, I've changed so much that even my own family doesn't recognize it. So you have to be kind, and we have to be more gentle. And that's what I've been doing more. And spending more time by myself, to be honest with you. Just going into my room, going into my space, going into the spiritual room, going into my little room, by my closet, and spending a lot of time outside. And just trying to figure out, you know, what are the next steps here, so I can guide my people. guide my people. I feel like a canary who's like, okay, guys, it's safe. Let's go. Because remember, they used to use canaries to make sure like there was no oil spills, and I seriously feel like one. I hope you're feeling really amazing right now. Just, you know, just taking you out of your normal life and getting you to do something maybe that you don't normally do. That's my goal today. Drop your feet, guys. And let's bring the other one up for a second. And because I wanted you to keep your eyes closed, I'm hoping that you've maybe started seeing some patterns. I've been recently seeing a lot of lines. Lots of lines. I see lines crossing constantly, like power lines. They look like power lines. And I know that those, to me, I know what those are. Those are timelines. And in between my timelines, I will always see a little dot of colors. So today, I want you to try something for me. Keep your legs however you feel the most comfortable. Yeah, starting new things are always exciting. I want you to just keep your legs however you feel the most comfortable. Some of you like to open, some of you like to just whatever feels good. Stick that pillow underneath your legs. Just rest. And let's start creating a little bit of a story. Okay? So if I close my eyes, sometimes we only think of the things that we need to do, the things that we didn't do, the things that we have to do, and even it's so chaotic. So sometimes close your eyes and see if you can take the chaos out one by one. So let's say something comes in your mind about like you have to go to the post office later. Okay. Take that thought, put it on a cloud, send it away. Just keep sending them away. And I want you to start focusing on breath, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plug the left nostril with your index finger. Once you plug your left nostril, a lot of people tell me, well, I can't breathe through the right one. You can. Even if you can't, you can use a little bit of your throat. I'd rather you breathe in through the nostril. So how you can do it is you have these little hair follicles in your nose. And if you start breathing as if those hair follicles were like a little route, you can't breathe like that. You have to go. So you're kind of trying to find the hole, but you're trying to find it through the little hair follicles. See how deep you can take it in? Hold it, and then try to breathe out from the same place. So your mouth is shut. Try not to let the oxygen through the mouth. And the only other thing I want you to try is, can you pump your belly? Breathing in, pushing out, breathing out, pulling in. And when you're ready, we're gonna churn. We're gonna drop that hand and we're gonna do the other side. My best friend, you guys, just purchased 20 subscriptions for people. So we are now at 555. I'm so blessed and honored to have the most kind, giving humans on this planet. And trust me, these are not like my friends in Malibu where, you know, they have endless cash just flowing through their ears. These are people that will actually work really hard for their money. I'm so honored. And I thank all of you. I swear, you know who you are. You know who you are. This is what we call a community. When we know there's 30 of us in our community that can't eat, what do? We feed them. If we have 30 people who don't have gas for their car, what do? You give them money for gas. That's what life's about. Imagine if this entire world functioned on that. Like, you knew your neighbor has to go to work and she has 3 kids and you're just sitting your ass at home doing nothing. Offer to take care of them. Imagine that. Imagine that, a unity of just humans. That you know that you can leave your 5-year-old and your 9-year-old and your 12-year-old at home because the neighbor is going to come and check on them, feed them. That's where we're heading to. We're heading there. I see it. I see heaven, and I see heaven on earth. And I've said that to you guys 4 years ago. I told you, we will bring heaven to earth. Because God promised everyone a new heaven. And you'll notice that when we start doing more of these single nostril breaths, it will open up a lot of wonderful areas in your pineal gland that you don't even use. See, people don't realize that our nostrils in our brain and all these little areas, if they're clogged, how can you get the messages that come in? Go ahead and drop the hands now, and I want both your hands together, and you're gonna cover your eyes. And I want you to separate your nose. So if you kind of cover your eyes, you slide it down, and you can, it's like unplugging the nose. Open it up. Inhale, let it go. From the mouth. Spread the nose apart, inhale. Let it go. Open the nose. Let it go. Do 5 more. Don't forget your belly button. And then let you go. Hopefully things look a little brighter with those eyes shut. Go ahead and take both your feet up. Put the towel underneath the ball of your feet. Let's extend the legs all the way up. Keep that tailbone as close to the ground as possible. Keep those elbows in. For 30 seconds, I just want you to stay here. Your goal is to push down on the back and extend. Now, some of you are holding the towel, so you're just bending gently, extending. Some of you who have been doing these with me, you can go ahead and push through. I would not do this, guys. Only for people who've been doing this with me. Okay, we flex and we go back. But if you're holding a towel, you just hold the towel on the balls of your feet. You extend by pushing down on the tailbone, pushing through the heels, and then letting it down. So again, you guys who are holding the towel, just bending, extending. Just a few more. That's why we're doing this, guys. We are all little squirrels trying to go and find our little nuts everywhere. So when we do these exercises, it actually teaches you mindfulness. Whenever you feel ready, I want you to just drop that towel and have a seat whenever you feel ready. Take your time. It's so interesting. It's 10:55 and we have 22 people on YouTube. I love the synchronicities of numbers. This is all grounding. And when you sit up, you know what I want you to really think about when you sit is just sitting nice and tall. You know, that same towel that you guys, or the pillow that you were laying back on, you can sit on it. If you just kind of put it underneath your butt, it gives you like a little bit of a boost. Because a lot of times when people sit, it's natural. What happens is you'll try to sit straight, but you'll go like that. You guys, I'm wearing so many, I was so cold. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants and 3 shirts. 3 shirts. So I have a nice little cushion. And we just stretched your hamstrings. So some of you might be able to sit nice and straight. And I want you guys to know that this is so hard for me to do because I'm a workout freak. So I don't like doing things like this. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I would never go into someone's class, sit for 40 minutes and do this. But now I would. So I'm proud of any of you who chose to do this today. And you know, it's not something that you do. I'm always looking for intensity, fast, crazy, sweaty. I can't even walk a dog normal. So it's teaching our nervous system to slow down. And if you know me, I'm constantly moving. I never sit. I never sit. And I think that's really kept me good, strong. Pull your navel in, guys. I've been standing a lot my whole life. And if you're like me, you get it. But I also stand at home. So I'm not one of those people that like lounges around a lot, which probably is something I should be doing more. But I always say to myself, I'll do that when I'm in heaven. I got too much things to do here. So, but now I want to start doing more of this with you. I want you to surrender. You know what happens when you surrender here? You start to notice all the muscles that are tight that go down your vertebrae. So one thing I want you to do right now is encourage your navel to really pull in underneath that rib cage and try to hover. You'll notice that right here, it becomes this shooting stretch. Find it. Back away from it a little bit and gently ease into it with every breath. This is dynamic for me. If I push down on my head a little bit, it will go down my spine, down my back, down my legs. It's yummy. Yay. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this. Let's surrender for this last 1 minute right here. I figured if I just take you guys through these very easy, subtle movements, I'll be able to teach you how to actually do yoga flows, because yoga flows are so amazing. Yoga flows, that's my favorite, like not even just the sun salutation, just movement. I have my own flow that I'll teach you guys, and it will be, you can do this flow for 30 minutes and you can do it anywhere. It would be so good for someone like Mary, who's a flight attendant and she gets go to like a hotel, and sometimes they're small. Little corner of the room, you can do everything in there. You can do it in your bathroom. Let's open. There's never an excuse, you know? People are like, oh, I have no space. Oh, you have space. You have space. Trust me. If we have space to find things that are bad, we have space. And just push through here. And I want to thank every one of you for doing this with us today. I love you guys a lot.